Our channel is 100% focused on stories like this. It's giving you valuable information that the media hides from you. Please, so you don't miss videos like this, subscribe to the channel and leave your like. It really helps our work. The Kennedy family has long been seen as American royalty. Wealth, influence, and charisma have defined this dynasty for generations. Yet, behind the glittering image lies a dark and unsettling history. A pattern of tragedy and untimely deaths has led many to believe the Kennedys are cursed. Tonight I will take you through the mysterious and haunting story of a family whose fortune has always seemed accompanied by misfortune. Joseph P. Kennedy, the patriarch, built the family's wealth through business and political connections. But even as he rose to prominence, a shadow seemed to follow. His children, many of whom would achieve great fame, often faced terrible accidents, illnesses, and violent deaths. This recurring misfortune gave birth to the notion of a family curse. Whispered about in private circles and speculated upon in public forums, perhaps the most infamous tragedy is the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. He was a symbol of hope and progress, admired worldwide, yet his life was brutally cut short. Just 5 years later, his brother Robert F. Kennedy, a rising political star, would also be assassinated. These two deaths alone fueled the perception that the family was under a dark spell. The curse does not stop with political figures. Kathleen Kennedy, the eldest daughter, died in a plane crash, as did other members of the family over the years. Ted Kennedy survived the infamous Chappaquiddick incident, yet his life was forever marked by scandal and tragedy. Even the younger generations were not spared, with premature deaths, accidents, and health issues haunting the family line. Some theorists suggest that the Kennedy curse is more than coincidence. The family's wealth and influence may have brought enemies, jealousy, and danger. But others argue there is a supernatural or karmic component. They point to patterns of misfortune following the same lineages, suggesting an unseen force targets the family repeatedly. Medical tragedies have also played a role. Rosemary Kennedy, the sister, suffered a lobotomy that left her incapacitated for life. Her health struggles and the secrecy surrounding them added to the aura of tragedy enveloping the family. Generations of Kennedys have faced health challenges that seem unusually severe given their privileged access to the best medical care. Even the younger members of the family have experienced misfortune. Accidents, plane crashes, drug-related deaths, and sudden illnesses have continued the pattern into the 21st century. The curse, if it exists, appears persistent, touching multiple generations despite the family's wealth and connections. Political and public life has added stress and danger. The Kennedy family has always been in the spotlight, making them targets for criticism, scrutiny, and potentially even threats from those with motives against their influence. The pressures of power may have amplified natural misfortune into what appears as a curse. The idea of a curse is further fueled by the timing and frequency of events. Tragedies often strike at critical moments, campaigns, family celebrations, or public appearances seeming almost calculated. This synchronicity has convinced many that something unseen, almost malevolent, has followed the Kennedys through history. Some researchers have traced the origins of the curse back to the family's patriarch. Joseph Kennedy's ambition and ruthless drive may have set off a chain of karmic consequences, affecting successive generations. Others speculate that involvement in politics, especially in controversial times, has made the family targets for extreme forces, both human and supernatural. Media fascination has also perpetuated the idea of a curse. Every tragic event, every untimely death, and every scandal is meticulously documented and broadcast, reinforcing the narrative. The more the world watches, the more the family seems caught in a cycle of misfortune, whether by fate or by framing. Historians have noted that the Kennedy family's trajectory is unlike most others in America. The concentration of influence, wealth, and political power combined with repeated tragedies is statistically unusual. While skeptics argue for coincidence, the sheer number of incidents over multiple generations suggests patterns beyond mere chance. Even those within the family have acknowledged the sense of being watched by history itself. Statements from surviving members hint at an awareness of recurring misfortune, as though the family carries a burden they cannot escape. this self-perception may contribute psychologically to the aura of a curse. The Kennedy family has often faced the question, is it destiny or design? Are these tragedies the result of natural causes and human error, or is there a darker force at work? Conspiracy theorists point to enemies, organized plots, and hidden adversaries as contributing to the repeated misfortunes. Others see a metaphysical explanation, where the family is paying a karmic price for past actions. The Chappaquiddick incident remains one of the most debated events in this narrative. Ted Kennedy's involvement in the death of Mary Jo Kopech brought scandal and guilt, feeding into the mythology of a curse that affects judgment and safety. It is a reminder that personal choices, public scrutiny, and unfortunate circumstances all interplay in the Kennedy story. The pattern extends to accidents and untimely deaths in various forms. Plane crashes, car accidents, drownings, and illnesses appear repeatedly across the family tree. For a family with access to the best safety measures in healthcare, this level of loss is extraordinary. Some suggest that public exposure is itself part of the curse. The family's constant presence in media and politics may attract danger. Every move is documented, every decision scrutinized, making them more vulnerable to enemies, accidents, and misfortune. Psychologists have explored the impact of living under a perceived curse. The pressure, expectation, and awareness of a family's tragic history can affect decision-making, mental health, and even risk-taking behavior. Could the Kennedy curse be as much psychological as it is supernatural or coincidental? Other scholars focus on patterns of behavior, suggesting that ambition, risk-taking, and exposure to high-stress environments are contributing factors. When combined with luck, or lack thereof, these factors create a narrative of inevitable tragedy. Yet, despite the tragedies, the Kennedy family persists. Members continue to seek political office, engage in philanthropy, and maintain public presence. The persistence of hope, ambition, and influence suggests resilience in the face of repeated adversity. The curse, whether real or metaphorical, has become part of the Kennedy identity. It shapes public perception, family narrative, and cultural fascination. Tragedy, power, and the myth of destiny intertwine, creating a story that captivates generations. Even today, the younger Kennedys face pressures that previous generations encountered. Political aspirations, media attention, and family legacy continue to influence choices and outcomes. Whether or not a curse exists, the weight of history and expectation is undeniable. Some theorists suggest that understanding the Kennedy curse requires examining both external forces and internal family dynamics. Wealth, power, exposure, and personal choices all contribute to a pattern that may appear cursed, but is grounded in complex realities. In conclusion, the Kennedy family's story is a mix of fortune and misfortune, brilliance and tragedy, hope and despair. The theory of a curse provides one lens through which to view decades of extraordinary events. Whether supernatural, psychological, or coincidental, the narrative persists, haunting the family and capturing the public imagination. Our channel is 100% focused on stories like this. It's giving you valuable information that the media hides from you. Please, so you don't miss videos like this, subscribe to the channel and leave your like. It really helps our work.